Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Fred and Payton, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the correction and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and let go on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Payton's going to come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be taught how to use it during your follow-up training session. Now, the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Payton, heel. And at this point, Payton has a job to do, and that is to walk next to your left side without forging ahead or lagging behind, so no more dragging you down the street. And each time that you stop your feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told and wait for her next command. So when you're walking and you go to cross traffic or stop to speak with someone, she should be sitting nicely at your left and waiting for her next command. And the next command that Fred is going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. The long sit stay in basic obedience is for 1 minute, working up to 3 minutes. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, ending up back at heel position, and at that point she expects to get another command, and he gives her a little pat for praise. She doesn't need much encouragement because then she gets overexcited. Nice automatic sits. She makes eye contact well. Stay. Fred leaves her in another stay. And practice your sit stays in the house as well as outside. Anywhere that you practice obedience is where you're going to get the best result. This time, instead of returning to her, Fred's going to call her in. He uses her name and she comes and sits. She doesn't come and flail around and jump all over you. And then she returns to heel, and they take off heeling again, and Fred will demonstrate that recall exercise again for you. Stay. He leaves her in a sit stay, walks out to the end of the training leash, turns to face her, uses her name and calls her right in, and she comes in and sits immediately, and then she returns back to heel. Very nicely done. Now, the next exercises that we're going to be demonstrating for you are self-control exercises also, and these are your down commands. So the first one is down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground and the one-word firm command to down, and then stay. The long down stay when you're practicing at home is for 3 minutes, working up to 5 minutes. And this is a great exercise for developing self-control and maturity. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay, returning all the way back around to heel position. And they'll demonstrate that down from a heel position one more time. Again, always have your dog seated before you give her the down command. And then Fred tells her to stay before he walks away. You have to always tell her what you're going to do. This time Fred will call her out of that exercise, have her come right in and sit, and then return back to heel and back sitting. Now, the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is your down from a distance. This is a little bit harder exercise because you're not right next to the dog. And believe me, they know that. Fred will walk out to the end of his training leash, turn and face the dog, and with his right hand, he gives the down command. And that was perfect. Now we have demonstrated for you the heel, your automatic sit, your stay, your down from a distance, and your come. These are the exercises that you're going to be practicing daily with Payton when you get her home to reinforce everything, get her working well for you. We'll be coaching you when you come to pick her up. She's done a really good job here at school. We've enjoyed having her, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.